I'm Sarah. I read as Sora the Intuitive for Sky Messages by Sora. I am a tarot reader who specializes in past life readings. I also teach and mentor the tarot. I have two journals, one for learning the tarot and one for more learning yourself and deepening the connection with your deck. That one's a collaboration with Killer Pancake, who makes a couple of the decks I'll be reviewing. The reason I started this channel, and specifically this series, the tarot review series, is that I really want people to be able to have a connection. I want anyone who wants to do the tarot to be able to learn it. And a lot of times people get really frustrated because the first deck that they start using, they don't really connect with. And so I'm hoping that instead of getting frustrated or spending a lot of money on decks that they then realize they don't want, people can sort of start to learn what their style is, what theme they're looking for, what kind of imagery works for them, and help people find the right decks for them. I do believe that if there is a tarot deck out there, there is an audience for it. And if there is somebody who wants to learn, then there's definitely a deck for them. So this won't have star ratings. This won't be about what's good and bad. It'll be about the details, such as the guidebook, a level that it's good for, like basic to advanced. It will be, how close it is to the Rider-Waite or the Tarot de Marseille, or the Thoth for those who prefer that. And it will just give people a look and hopefully help them start to begin their journey. Or for those of us who have been on their journey for a while, but are thinking about new decks and testing out different things, give them a preview. So there are some of the decks behind me, but if there are any you're interested in, let me know. And let's get started. Today we are looking at the Everyday Tarot by Biddy Tarot. I know usually I have the cards out for you, but wanted to show the box and how it opens. This is a very protective box. It's great for carrying around. It's got the guidebook right here, which is perfect since it is designed to be a learning deck. The cards are nicely padded. The only thing is it can be, oh, they slid right out. The first few times you open them, it can be really hard to get them out. But that goes to kind of the protective aspect. The guidebook is great. Has a page for each card. And Biddy Tarot herself has a great blog, so whether you have this deck or not, it can be very helpful. This one is specifically designed to learn the Rider-Waite. So you see it's got the white and the purple and gold. And it's got the Rider-Waite Smith designs. They've just sort of simplified them in a really beautiful way so they can point out these symbols and you can really follow along as you're learning. I find that this deck reads very straightforward, is very, to me, to me it pulls up the keyword meanings the most, and specifically the Rider-Waite Smith. So it is perfect for learning that system. I use it for teaching a lot. I'll use this with the Universal. It is a great deck to learn on. This is really good for beginners and teachers. Also good for anyone who really likes that minimalist with the colors kind of design. As you can see, they have the symbols that you'll find. They have it in this nice kind of form, so that the symbols themselves are pulled out, like the keys to the Hierophant, so they're kind of put front and center. This is not really a deck I use as an intuitive reader, but that doesn't mean you can't. It's just not, if I'm going intuitive, I generally use a different deck. But I use it a lot for teaching. I use it a lot for like my 1-card messages. I use it a lot if I'm reading for somebody who's learning and likes to go through those pieces as we're doing it. So it really is a great deck to have in your repertoire. But it is really great for Rider-Waite-Smith readers and beginners and teachers especially. There is not really a lot to go into in terms of any sort of differences, because it sticks so closely to the Rider-Waite-Smith, because that is its purpose. But I will say that because of that, all of the names of the cards are what you are used to, all of the suits are what you are used to, the court cards, everything is very straightforward in that way, which can be very helpful. You know, I love that. But all in all, it's a really great deck to have in your collection, especially as you are getting started. So I am going to shuffle to do our week ahead reading. One thing that I didn't really mention that I should is that these cards are perfect for shuffling. They're a little thick, but they fit in small hands like mine, so there's a lot less there's a lot less getting used to the size and trying to make that work. So that can also be really helpful. Okay, for our week ahead, we have the World. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Magician. I love this. We start with an ending, end with a beginning, and in the middle, really go out and find something that excites us. So the World is the last card of the Major Arcana. The Fool's journey starts at the Fool, ends at the World. So at this point, he has learned all of the lessons in this cycle. When we see this card, it speaks to accomplishing goals. It says that you have gotten to where you wanted to be, asks you to try to appreciate that and stop and take a moment to realize that, because sometimes we get going in our goals so fast that we forget to celebrate the milestones. But there can also be a little bit of emptiness when we do recognize that we have fit our goal, because especially if it's a big one, there's kind of that what now? The Page of Wands says what we do now is we find what excites us and we start again. I love this with the Magician, because while the page wants you to go out and find the different things, and even will provide some of those messages, being a page will kind of start giving you some direction as to the things that motivate you. The Magician asks you what you want your life to look like. So you know you can do it. You've already gotten somewhere big. And now it's time to really decide what you want to do now that you have that free time or that energy that was going towards that. What do you want to do next? So for this week, I want you to celebrate yourself. I want you to take stock of all of your accomplishments and decide what it is you are going to put your mind to and achieve next. Have a wonderful week.